Xenobots, roll out. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. That's right. The movie review for Transformers Rise of the Beast. The embargo will probably be lifted soon, and then I can release this video. But until then, we're going to just do the review early. So if you're just watching it now, hey, how you doing? Popcorn, may I? No, I certainly shall. Thank you, Mr. Prime, for providing the popcorn for me. And I get to wash it down with a nice tasty beverage. Love that oil, Mr. Prime. Anything for you, Cino. Da, 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 da. Autobots, roll out. Oh, man. So, till all are one. Rise of the Beast. How was this film? Well, it is the most different Transformers we've ever seen. This was like a big party. I swear, New York, LB gonna love this movie. This movie is so New York. I'm like, I want the soundtrack to Rise of the Beast. Everything is about music. Music carried this whole movie. I done heard every song in America played from 1994. The movie takes place in 1994. So the cars, the outfits, everything is the 90s. So this continues after Bumblebee, the movie Bumblebee. So now that basically was a reboot for the Transformers by going backwards. So now that was in like the 80s, Bumblebee. This is now the 90s. Yeah, Prime is not like how you remember him, because you know him from all the previous movies. In here, he's an old bitter Prime. Oh, he's real bitter. He don't really he really doesn't like most of the newer movies you see. I mean, not the newer movies, but the newer movies that they had. He's kind of stuck in his realm, you know, and saying, this is where I'm gonna be. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely directed by a black man. Stephen Caple Jr. did it. He directed Creed 2. You know, he's really tight with Michael B. Jordan. Really good with cinema. Really good um, with like talking about the Earth Spark. He did like one episode of that when they did Transformers. Right, he was on Grownish. He directed that. He did MGK video, Dope Man. He did The Land. But then he did Creed 2 was his first shot. And the reason he did Creed 2 is because his homie couldn't, be there for him. Because he had to do Black Panther. So he's like, look, I'm doing Black Panther, bro. So Ryan Coogler's like, you got to take over. His vision for this film was to make Transformers fun. And that's what it was. This was probably the best Transformers movie, period, that they've made so far. Now, it's not saying much. A lot of them were not good. Some of them, they kind of blur the lines where you don't even remember which is which. But I would say the first one was probably one that would be up there, and the rest are kind of just a mess. So this kind of takes it back to the first one. And without spilling too much of the film, you're starting to see a tone in this film that was different from the rest. Where you had Optimus Prime not being like Optimus Prime. He was more bitter. And then the Manimals came through. So if you watch Beast Wars, you were able to follow and understand the movie a lot. And even if you didn't watch the movie, there was a lot of things in there that resonated with people that they connected to. Like this had a young people appeal. The soundtrack is all 90s, so you hear a lot of 90s music. I mean, there's like overwhelmingly a lot of 90s music in this movie. Probably a little too much for my taste, but I was cool with it. But I was, I would have never put this together on a playlist. But I'm like, oh, yeah. But when the movie first started off and they start off with Cream from Wu-Tang, that just set me right off. I was in the mood right away. When the first thing I hear is, they got 2 for $5 over that way, son. They got garbage around the way. I said, oh, Transformers is ill. Once they did that, I was already home. So, already home when they did that. So, I wanted to let everybody know the movie's action-packed. The premise is there's some type of key that is on Earth now that didn't used to be there, but thousands of years ago, Unicron sent Scourge to look for it, and it evaded him, and they've been going around the universe looking for it ever since. And Lord and behold, one lady finds it and stumbles across it. A symbol goes up, Scourge shows up to come get it, him and his cronies, and the adventure begins. So once that happens, the movie was going over there and it's taking off. But the meat of this movie was done by the Puerto Rican guy from Brooklyn. Him and his brother, they were hilarious. Everybody's going Puerto Rican now. We got Miles Morales. We got this guy here. And they want to tell you their whole name. And be like, yo, show them where you is, son. Yo, represent where you from. It was so tough, especially the little brother. It was so New York. So everybody was like, yeah, I felt that. I felt Shorty. That was like me. I was like, damn. It was a New York guy in there, man, in the theater. It was hilarious. Because he from New York, too. And it was like, yeah, that's how it is, boy. Yeah, that's my man. So I was like, and the black guy there, they was like, yeah, that's how my man's is, dog. We used to do that. We used to peel rides. I was like, dude, you giving up way too much information. So it's funny, but People resonated with him. Mirage stole the show. He was the comic relief. Like normally what Bumblebee was for people, Mirage is the new favorite in this series. Mirage had flavor. He was Jazz. That the first Transformer screwed up and let Jazz get killed. Now Mirage is taking on the Jazz role. Totally comedy all the way through the movie. He was the connecting piece of this film. Normally it's Bumblebee connecting with a human. This time it was different. Now you had Mirage and this Puerto Rican kid. Oh, a lot of racial tones too in this film. Woo wee! I don't know. Some people might get pissed. That's what I said. You can tell this movie was directed by a black man. Stuff in this film would never be shot by a white man. There's a scene where the white woman is taking credit for the black woman doing all the work. And I said, oh yeah, you wouldn't get this. This Transformers thing got real. I said Transformers thing got real. There ain't no way possible that they would have allowed that to go old. Transformers is getting way too real. Taking credit for a black woman's work, a white woman is, and they put that on the screen. Ain't a white person would have shot that scene in a million years. Watch, it's gonna be some people pissed over that. Watch what I tell you. But that's how I tell you. It was directed by a brother. So I give it 3.5 stars out of 4. Just for being fresh. Keeping it fresh, keeping it fun. The action scenes, they were on point, man. They kept the action moving. So it wasn't like you had to wait long. And this movie would have been good. Seemed like if they didn't have, what's the name in it at all? The Transformers, this movie was good. So on that note, I'm going to get out of here and get busy. Love, peace, and hair grease. Don't forget to subscribe to Screen Fiend. And I know I keep telling you, but yes, the memberships is coming. Don't worry about it.